Insert angelic chorus sound effect and dramatic lens flare here. No, seriously, do that in your own head because I don't have either the budget or the wherewithal or the editing skills to do so on my own. So, just imagine it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Hey there, folks. I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video, and we're finally getting around to something that I should have done months ago. About 5 months ago, my buddy Bill G passed away. I did a little video tribute to him and a couple of things that I've talked about since then, but in going through his personal belongings, his wife, Missy, decided that his fully stocked beer fridge should go to me, and I'm honestly honored by that. I've got a lot of his favorites here, and I've got the actual fridge itself, and I have been meaning to do a tribute series of videos for this whole thing, where I review each and every one of the beers that was in his collection at the time of his passing, and put them on video, and present them in a separate playlist. Yeah, it's been 5 months. I'm finally getting around to it. Some other shit happened, folks. I'm sorry. I went through a divorce. I've been dealing with some personal things other than that, and etc., etc., etc. Life has happened, which has finally led to the Bill's Beer Fridge series of videos starting to film tonight. My entire fucking life is nothing but bad fucking timing. Take, for instance, tonight. I was gonna do this video finally, and I wanted to film the little intro sequence with the beer fridge opening. This thing has not run for more than a couple of minutes at a time since I put it in the house and actually put all the beers in it. Tonight, when I'm getting ready to film, it's been running for an hour fucking straight. Seriously. It hasn't run for more than like 5 or 6 minutes at a time recently, and tonight it's running for an hour straight when I want to film it. So there, you know what? The background noise is there, and it's in the intro sequence, and folks are just going to have to deal with that because this channel doesn't make any money, so I don't spend money on audio equipment or editing. So anyway, along those same lines of bad timing, I wanted to do the first of these videos with Boosh. Anybody who's tuned into videos on this channel has seen Boosh, because Bill gave me a couple of cans of a beer that he said, hey, I heard you guys talking about what would be perfect to drink around a campfire. This one's perfect. He gave me 2 of them, and I was going to kick off this whole series with that, but Boosh got himself laid up with some health issues, so that hasn't happened. My second option was to have Fingus, he's joined me for a couple of videos, do at least one review here, because he was a co-worker of Bill's as well, and a friend, co-worker and friend of Bill's, and well, he's had some shit happening lately that's prevented him from being able to be available. So tonight, what I am doing is I am finally, another co-worker, we were walking by Bill's old station, and another co-worker's like, wow, has it been about a year since he passed on? I'm like, no, it hasn't been a year. I'm like, maybe you're right, because time has lost all meaning to me in some regards lately. But then I looked it up and like, no, it's only been about 5 months, so not only versus a year, but still it's been 5 months, so it's time to do the tribute that I wanted to do and start filming these fucking videos. He'd probably disapprove of my constant use of F-bombs, but anyway, I promise you guys, in future videos in this series, the whole lead-in will not be as long or drawn out, but I felt like I needed to explain myself and a couple of things that have gone on in terms of bad timing, etc. So, in the future, I will try to have Boosh here. Bill liked Boosh. He thought he got a kick out of the guy. And I think he would have loved to have had a beer with Boosh. I would have loved to have had a beer with Bill. We just never quite managed to have the opportunity. But anyway, I'm going to have Boosh in for some of these, and I'm going to try to get Fingus and maybe some other co-workers and friends of Bill's on board for these. But Missy, John, and Zach, I'm sorry, guys, that I haven't done this sooner. I know, we talked about it, and this was the expectation this was going to happen. So tonight, I am finally doing the first of the Bill's Beer Fridge video reviews. Even though this thing has been running constantly, it's still in the background now. Into if people want to subscribe and this channel starts making some money, maybe I'll put some audio filters on it, but I'm not putting that much effort into this channel right now. So I am going to, against my original plan, which was to grab the Founder's Breakfast Stout, I'm going to grab this one. This is Smuttynose Key Lime Pie Sour. Bill was always talking about this one. He'd always talk it up, and he was a big fan, as evidenced by the fact that there was almost a full flat of this in his collection. I filled up an entire shelf in the fridge with it. I honestly think there were close to 24 cans of this. There were at least 16. At least. Maybe 24. There were at least 16. So anyway, yeah. I think we're going to kick it off with this one. Smuttynose Brewing Company's Key Lime Pie Sour. It's a limited release, which is probably why he stocked up on it, to make sure he always had enough. Again, this is one that he was constantly talking. I'm saying, have you tried it yet? Have you tried it yet? Have you tried it yet? I'm like, dude. Right place, right time. I never quite managed to be at a beer store that had it when it was out. So I can smell lime from here. I really can. There's citrus in the air. That's quite effervescent, very fizzy and bubbly. It has, holy crap, I can smell the lime from here, as well as a faint undertone of hoppy bitterness, which is odd because, wow. And now it's not creating much of a head, but you can see how fizzy that is by how many bubbles are coming up through there. I mentioned the soda thing before, but that definitely fizzes like a soda. Look at that, a cascade of bubbles swimming up through there. It's got a nice light color there that fades to a darker, darkens to a darker yellow. It almost reaches an orange color where it gets the thickest, but it's definitely, look at that beautiful cascade of bubbles and the way that they are like circling around almost at the bottom. That is fucking awesome. It's a lovely looking beer. It definitely smells great. I am definitely getting an upfront smell of lime And it might not be hoppiness that I'm picking up on the underneath there. It might be like the pith of the lime. Yes, citrus fruits. The white part is called the pith. I don't know why I can't remember that on a day-to-day basis, but it comes up in, beer talk all the time, and I can never remember the word pith. I just stumbled over that one. Yes, I did have a few drinks before filming this video, folks. Just for the record, I had to psych myself up for it. And I was waiting for the damn fridge to stop running, which it still hasn't. This thing hasn't run for more than a few minutes at a time, and it's been over an hour now. And it's still going strong, so I don't know what the hell's different tonight, but anyway. Definitely loving that lime with the pith undertone aroma and maybe some hoppy bitterness, but I doubt there's any hoppiness to this. They didn't mention ABV. They did not mention IBUs on the label. What I do like about the label is the seal is kind of in silhouette there. Understated more than anything. No, oh, wrong direction. There we go. You can see it. Anyway. Yeah. Yep. Ooh, the pucker factor on that is pretty good. I know why this is one of Bill's favorites. I mean, it's all lime up front. It's got a nice, smooth, light mouthfeel, and there's like a slightly sweet lime flavor at first, but then it just kicks in with this huge punch of sour. There's a big pucker factor on this, and then it just kind of fades. I mean, I'm not getting much else. In terms of that, it's kind of a one-trick pony. I'm getting pretty much lime. And nothing but lime, but there's just enough grainy character there that makes it a beer, but totally lime. Lots of lime and a hint of sweetness. I'm hitting this with a 4 out of 5. Because again, it's a one-trick pony. It's all sour lime flavor and not much else, but it is so good and delicious and easy to drink in terms of that lime flavor that it's, I got nothing bad to say about it at all. It's just not getting me that wow or perfect reaction. Any other sort of undertone, or even if there was like a creamy flavor that gave me a hint of whipped cream or Cool Whip, that would complement the lime and make it like this whole whipped cream key lime pie thing, would have brought it up to a 5. But right now it's just sitting in a nice solid 4 out of 5. Because again, it's a one-trick pony with the lime and nothing else. But I can definitely see why it was one of Bill's favorites. Almost reminds me, it's a little morbid given the tone of this whole thing, but in Dexter, fans of Dexter will remember season 6 or 7, I can't remember what season it was, but where he was basically trying to find the perfect key lime pie for Camilla. Yeah, fans of the show know what I'm talking about. This is kind of the perfect key lime pie of beers. Hopefully it doesn't have the same after effect, but you know what? After enough of them. Let's see. God. That's just not appropriate given the tone of this whole video and the reason for it. Anyway, that's just what I have to say about the beer. Hit me up down below in the comments or the email link. We'd love to hear what you have to say while you're down there. Don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Folks, there is... burp. Whew, pardon. There are several more reviews coming in this playlist with beers from Bill's Beer Fridge, and yep, I'm gonna try and pull in some friends and former co-workers and people who knew him, because yeah, I don't know, even with everything that's going on here, the bad timing and all that, this is almost a bit of a spiritual experience for me, and a little bit of closure, because honestly the man left us unexpectedly overnight, and yeah, I don't care who the hell you are, that bit of a shock where you walk into work the next day and like, oh yeah, this person just passed away last night. I'm like, what the fuck? It's a real mind fuck, and we all need closure from that kind of thing, and I think I'm slowly working towards it. Anyway, that's enough about that. This isn't really about me. It's about a good man who lived a good life, left us way too early, and left behind a legacy. So, anyway, I'll try to keep the future installments more to the point, but I think I needed to get that out of my system tonight. So, anyway, till next time, folks. Thanks for tuning in. This has been the first of the Bill's Beer Fridge series, and we will be posting more until everything that he left behind is gone. Even beers that I've already had before, we'll be revisiting, but I'm going to go through every single one of those, either by myself or with somebody else, and we'll close it out. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, folks. Cheers. And Bill, thanks, man. I missed the, oh shit, I'm going to go on a segue here, folks, so bear with me. I missed the Monday morning report. I really do. Walking to work on Monday mornings. It wasn't even always Mondays, but, you know, more often than not Mondays, but, you know, so Monday mornings it was, you wouldn't believe what I found this weekend, and he'd give me the rundown on all the fucking beers that he had found at Stompers or Damon's in Bangor, because I do most of my beer shopping in the Waterville or Augusta Damon's locations, and sometimes Meridian's in Fairfield. But he'd give me the rundown of everything he'd found, and like what was going on, what was there, and what he'd picked up. And it was sometimes stuff that I hadn't seen, sometimes stuff that I had seen, but, you know, we'd always compare notes. I miss that shit, man. I miss that. And he'd get so excited, and when we agreed, it was pretty fucking cool, but when we disagreed, and it was like this even more complex conversation about, you know, the different notes on the beers. Man, I miss that shit, and, I honestly feel bad, because a buddy of mine, EM Destroyer, he lives in the Bangor area, and was messaging him the other day about a beer that I know the Damons in Bangor got at least one case of, the Utopia's Barrel Aged Worldwide Stout from Dogfish Head, because I've seen him in Maine Beer Drinker Facebook posts. I knew they had some. he's like, oh no, man, they don't have it. And I'm like, ah. Or no, I messaged him saying I'm looking for it, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, well, I'll go check Damon's when I'm out there. I'm like, damn, I miss Bill. He would have known. And I immediately felt guilty. But the bottom line is, Bill would have known. Like, immediately. Like, hey, you know what I saw? Because the man was out there all the time, scouting shit. So I immediately felt guilty for like, oh, I miss Bill. Well, I shouldn't feel guilty because I do miss the man, but you know, this is one of those things where I had to backpedal and be like, oh, I know you will check for me, and I appreciate that, but he would, man, Bill was Johnny on the spot with it. He would have been like, immediately, oh, I was there yesterday and I saw, or I didn't see it. They must have sold out. Or I asked the guy and he said they only got one case, you know. But, and again, not to detract from EM Destroyer and his wife M, they'll check and they'll know, but Bill was on top of that shit all the time. All right. I think I made my point like 2 minutes ago. Sorry.